Good evening. Kimberlina told me to make more videos in order for me to have more videos, but also to gain subscribers with any luck, get monetized, and become the best YouTuber since sliced bread. Also, my videos might be a little underlit, so I placed this lamp here, see what it does. I was going to make a vid. I was going to make a video for especially for Yaba, since Yaba said in her stream that she might make a special stream uh, discussing the ways of FFG, and I was going to give my opinion on what topics possibly to avoid, but but I'm deathly afraid of Yaba. That was a joke, but I am aware that uh, it can happen that when I tell people my opinion, they take it as a personal attack. Just ask Nick P. But since I didn't record this video 2 days ago, it happened that FFG started memberships on her channel, which is for a year or maybe since I discovered FFG, she has consistently told us that she doesn't do memberships, and actually this has been a wise business decision because there exists a theoretical chance that if she had memberships, she would get less super chats, and obviously getting super chats can be more financially beneficial than having memberships. But I guess I'm also going to partly cover what Scar requested, which is the question of how did I end up in Girl World. But first I would like to say something that I just heard from FFG's stream today, and probably a lot of us are have things that irrationally trigger us, and these things can be specific to one person or just when anyone does it. For me, it is the frequent uh, reference from FFG to the famous chicken or the egg question, and no one is born knowing everything, and I was in the same position as FFG, in that I thought that it was an unanswerable question, which came first, the chicken or the egg. But and I'm a little bit embarrassed that I got the answer in about 2011 when I was 29 years old. But ever since, it has bothered me when people boast that, oh, it's such an unanswerable question and no one knows. And FFG is constantly using this. Not that not that I want to read too much into it, but she always presents in her stream saying that, oh, this is one of those chicken or the egg questions. No one knows. Does does I don't know, does Foodie Boogie smells because she eats a lot of cheese, or does he eat a lot of cheese because she smells? Well, that was a failed example. But anyway, the correct answer is that the egg came first, and the answer is simple. If you if you know anything about evolution, or if you believe in evolution, then you would know that long before dinosaurs evolved into chickens, they laid eggs. Therefore, the egg comes first. And what's funny about this issue is that uh, people want to hang on to what they believe in. So if you tell a person that the egg came first because of evolution, then there's a high chance that, and I have experienced this chance, there is a high chance that people would say that, oh, but the question was strictly about the chicken and the chicken egg, but the actuality is that no one, when they asked which came first, chicken or the egg, no one specified that the egg must be chicken egg. Therefore, egg came first. But anyway, since Scar wanted to know how I came into girl world and why and when and all of those funny questions, I came into girl world. Uh, I came into girl world in the first hours of 2023, and I- I'm not the kind of person who to go out and party. So when the new year came, I was sitting in front of my computer playing Need for Speed, and I needed some background noise to my video. And since it was the first hours of 2023 for me, but midnight and the new year hadn't even arrived in England, much less the United States or Canada. But since I was very frequently watching true crime videos, or rather listening, I would guess that no one wanted to spend their New Year's Eve um, researching and writing scripts and recording true crime videos, and I had deleted uh, all the um, back catalog of the back catalog from the true crime YouTubers that I follow. Anyway, I refreshed the YouTube homepage and I saw that there was a live stream by there was a live stream scheduled by someone named French White Girl, and I actually don't like those unique and quirky spellings like girl is, but I thought that nothing else was on, so I clicked on the video, and within the 3 hour stream, I was I was so to speak, I was sold, and and I watched some of French Fried Girl's earlier streams and attended whenever she had a new stream. But as far as I can tell, um, by March I had discovered Java, and I went to some streams a little bit later because they are Yaba and Sam are sort of connected. And then I discovered other YouTubers, but uh, pretty soon, uh, actually, uh, after the first stream by FFT, it it was all pretty much clear to me that there was this Canadian who isn't maybe the most intellectually advanced, and this Canadian had a failed relationship with some person who enjoyed illegal mind-altering substances, and the Canadian who Foodie Beauty, she um, was desperate to have to gain a new relationship to then boast to the what she referred as X, boast to the so-called F, boast to the so-called X that hey, I got a new man, and if she got married to that man, all the better. So she find a man in Kuwait, and they exchanged a few messages, uh, and you can actually say that they exchanged a few messages, and this Canadian was sold, and she went to Kuwait and got married. At least she claims online that she got married, and but actually this man um, and this was all the knowledge that I gained from the very first stream. That this man was actually uh, mm, you without any shade to countries, to poorer countries. This man was actually looking for a citizenship in some prestigious country, which Canada is, and and this man was well, since he was interested in citizenship, he wasn't actually really uh, genuinely in love. But anyway, I in the first few months in Girl World, I was under the under a different name, and then July was approaching, and in July uh, it was. It became clear that French fried girl and the so-called French fried girl and the so-called girl Kang was have had established this tradition that took a name from one of those from one of fake aliases this Canadian used to talk to talk to the person she claims to have this long relationship with, and her name was Marie Pandu, and well, actually, I don't know. Just in case, Marie Pandu. So the event or the tradition was called Pandu reunion, and French fried girl French fried girl uh, in actually encouraged the viewers to each take a name uh, take a name that had Pondu in it, and of course, I jumped ahead a little bit, Pat Panda. At first, I thought that I wouldn't take part in it because it was silly for some reason. Well, it is silly, but then I came upon the name Panda Punju, and I actually took one of my accounts that I had just sitting around. That wasn't my main account, and I changed my name to Panda Punju and joined the live. And then there was this hilarious situation where many people had their regular name just with the word Pondu added onto it, and they were complaining, jokingly, but complaining that they couldn't change their names back in 40 days, in 14 days. But since for me Panda Pondu was a separate channel, I I I went back to my original name at the very first, the very next day, and actually it was Tweety who told me that the Panda Punju was such a great name that I should change back into Panda Punju. So in a way, my name Panda Punju, you can thank Tweety for that name. But I was actually the idea of Panda Punju was, and I know that this is already too long and a boring video, but the idea of Panda Punju, since this was a separate channel from my main channel that actually didn't have videos either. The idea of the channel Panda Punju is that I would post something foodie related, but I didn't actually have time to finish those videos to the exact date of Punju reunion. So I uploaded my first videos a couple of days later, and when another channel who, who, who is not important right now, and when another channel was going to do a stream, she asked around whether people had the uncommentary the commentary free version of the Pumped Up Kicks stream, and I happen to have this pumped up kicks stream. I'm going to tell you in the next sentence why, or next paragraph or whatever. Uh, so uh, I didn't actually really edit it. I took the last 30 seconds because the stream was 4 hours long, but basically the first 3 hours and 30 minutes were just some random drunk person's uh, adventures, if you can call sitting in front of the computer an adventure. But the last 30 minutes was the part where she sang the Pumped Up Kicks, and I don't need, I'm not going into it, you all know. the thing is that within the first months of me being in Girl World, I was told about kiwi farms, and that was obviously before mm, the currently long going drama. So it was mentioned in a neutral tone that many people get their Chantal info from kiwi farms, and I made an account to kiwi farms, and I have visited kiwi farms, but I made a venture into various other topics. I that was all before the drama, but I mainly stayed within the Chantal thread, so I didn't really know about other alleged hate threads. But even within the Chantal thread, obviously, when the BBJ rescue happened, which which is the original first point I wanted to make in my Java video. But when the BBJ rescue happened, all of Girl World, even the kiwi farms, even though they are not officially part of Girl World, but even people in the kiwi farms were like ecstatic and saying that FFG did a good thing. But anyway, um, the I'm just gonna jump between topics. So when the YouTuber to whom I made pumped up kicks video edit, I I was why shouldn't I be proud of something I did? So next time FFG was going to go live, I mentioned this video. I mentioned that I made an edit for Pumped Up Kids, and what I am going to admit here honestly is that I didn't mention this video once. I mentioned it multiple times that I made this edit of Pumped Up Kicks, but I do not agree with uh, the judgment. I later find out that I was spamming. I did not press Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, uh, or whatever is spamming. I just casually mentioned a few times that I made this edit of Pumped Up Kicks, but then I later on in stream I found out that people weren't responding to me. Not that I was a frequent chatter, but I had certain people who I was saying hello to, and they didn't say hello back. So the easiest and most foolproof way to check whether you are banned or whether your message was withheld by YouTube because well, you can have censored words, is to switch between the live chat and the top chat. So I checked, and my messages as part of you were not appearing. So uh, so I gave it a month, and a month later I went into the pre-chat with my original name, and I tagged French Fried Girl, and I asked asked her why she had blocked me, and after a while she came back to me and she said that she talked to her moderators, and apparently I was spamming. So uh, and of course right after that she blocked my main account. So if Kimberlina tells us right now that FFG has blocked her because she is a mod for Jabba, then my situation is that I was blocked with two accounts before the drama even started. But if I jump back to talking about farms, then well, as I was, and this probably is going to get interesting. I don't know. And I talked to Kimberlina, and Kimberlina, I hope Kimberlina doesn't mind that she actually asked me on what she could make a video. So I'm going to tell you that the while I very arrogantly teased that what I'm going to talk about will get interesting. But since it's like probably a rambling video that maybe people want to listen to in four times speed because they don't really understand that if the video is four times speed, actually it becomes unintelligible. But anyway, someone could someone who dares to listen to my video could take my points and perhaps retell them in the cool, fluent speaking English fashion. Anyway, when I was reading Gibby Farms, the Chantal thread, there were some messages, some certain type of messages began to appear, and uh, I read them, but I didn't really uh, pay attention to them because I guess I'm not that easily convinced in conspiracies and whatever. The type of messages that started to appear, they obviously they didn't say it out what they were about, but I began to sense that these messages uh, uh, these messages were in the tone of, hey, Yaba is maybe not the best, and hey, FFG is maybe not the best, and I began to sense some certain jealousy out of those messages because I this is just what I saw from those messages, but I saw that the Kiwi farmers were mm, kind of used to the idea that they were the ones who would bring the Chantal tea to the masses, and they perhaps saw that Java and French fried girl were growing bigger and bigger in influence, and I don't mean it in the bad way. Growing bigger and bigger in the influence, and maybe people interested in Chantal weren't lining up to read Kiwi Farms uh, anymore. I don't know if they probably were at the beginning. So so the people who posted in Kiwi Farms were, as I saw them, were growing jealous of FFG and Java, and probably were hatching plans to somehow damage the reputations of Java, Sam, and FFG. Sam because she's a essential companion. So since I was already attending Sam's stream, I and this is purely how I see this. The first attempt to damage the reputation of Sam slash Yaba was the well, let's just say the high old guy gaming, or the hawk guy. This person who came into Sam's chat saying that he lives in Cornersville, Indiana, and he knows the shop run runs. Yes, runs. Uh, he knows the shop runs, and he could pay him a visit. And I was in that stream when he did this, and I saw well the uh, excitement of Sam and the renegades. I think they were called renegades at the time. So this high Sam told asked this high old guy gaming whether whether he would panel up with Sam, something like that. Panel up with Sam and do the visit live on Sam's channel, but the high old guy uh, refused, and this might not be the bad kind of refuse. This was just that, whatever the reason, he decided to do this on his own channel. So he fired up live stream. He went into Ron's store, and basically he took a look around, and actually made contact with Ron, because Ron was greeting him like a customer, and he showed interest in an Iron Maiden flag, to which Ron, obviously, because he's a businessman, he replied that this flag is not for sale, but he can order this flag if the customer wants it. Wants it. I sounded like a vampire. Not that I'm speaking like a fluent English speaker anyway. But well, the high old guy, the hawk person, wasn't actually really interested in. I guess he was just making small talk, because uh, his mission, and not on main mission as in conspiracy way. His mission was just to visit the store and then do a quick live stream and get out. So later, when this all had already happened, Ron himself found out through some people who told him. Ron found out that this high old guy was uh, visiting the store, and he was in the middle of the stream. uh, I mean his own stream, and he started to quickly form the narrative that his life was in danger, and he doesn't know whether this Hawkeye was I don't know, armed and wanted to kill him or whatever. And later, Belinda since this was obviously before the drama, I occasionally also watched Belinda because as far as I knew, Belinda was basically a friend of Sam's and Jabba's. So later I watched Belinda's stream, and Belinda quickly uh, grabbed onto this the narrative of Ron, saying that, oh, this man Sam must have sent him to kill Ron, or maybe not at the extreme, but basically both Ron and Belinda were saying that Sam probably sent this guy, and actually a few months the high old guy, as soon as he was finished with his stream, he deleted his stream, or at least the stream became unavailable to us. But for whatever reason, a few months later, I went to the High Old Gaming channel, and the stream was up. So I read the comments that were under the stream, and someone asked him, uh, uh, well, basically, he was confused and asked what his stream was about. So, for whatever reason, I told the confused person that basically something that meant that Sam sent this guy. So to that, this guy came and answered or commented back, saying to me that no, Sam didn't send me, I went myself. So I corrected myself, or yeah, thanked him for the correction. But the but since Ron and Belinda were still trying to spin the narrative that Sam sent this guy, um, actually the it sparked a counter wonderment that perhaps Ron himself sent this guy in order to blame Sam afterwards. And actually in 20 minutes Farah is going to stream, and I wanted to watch this stream. So basically, to be quicker about it, this was what I see as the first attempt from Kiwi Farms to damage the reputation of Sam, or get Sam and Yaba cancelled or whatever. The second is that uh, a few months after this high old guy, it happened that Ron had this band, and he had a bandmate called Seath, and for whatever reason, Ron actually fell out with Seath, and then Seath actually exchanged messages with Sam on Facebook, and Sam basically covered those messages over 2 streams. So chronologically, this Seath interview, text-based interview, was already covered by Sam. But then, after those 2 streams of Sam, then Belinda, I guess, contacted Seath or whatever, and she held stream with Seth and had an interview where she asked very many intriguing and professional questions. And when this was finished, um, Yaba Yaba didn't agree that this interview was very intriguing and professional, and she expressed her opinion, which then led Belinda and Gaining Ground and stuff to say that, oh, Yaba and Sam were just jealous because the Sith, uh, uh, well, this was a Belinda aided narrative that the Sith apparently looked around and chose the better person to do interview with, which is well, bollocks. And that was the second attempt to damage the reputation of Sam and Yaba, but apparently didn't really uh, gain. It really didn't gain as much ground as they uh, hoped for. Then something happened that is unfortunate, and that Yaba and Sam or Belinda or Granny Ground or Strawberry Douche had nothing to do. Sam had, well, yes, Sam as well, but mainly Yaba. Yaba had an unfortunate tragedy in her life. Uh, let's just say that some close individual died, and Yaba took a break, which from live streaming, which is obviously understandable because uh, YouTube isn't shouldn't be priority in anyone's life. So and Yaba actually said that. I don't know why she said it, but she said that she doesn't want monetary support from anyone. I'm guessing it is because there's a tradition to monetarily help people you are in online relationships with. So anyway, this is where the third and successful attempt from Belinda and so-called grift gang and also Givi farms came from. And actually, it is suspected that it is kiwi farms and not kiwi farms as the whole, but one of three uh, one of three people from Givi Farms that told Belinda that, oh, pretend to be a concerned friend and hold a benefit live stream, basically like not a charity, but well, basically I don't know, donate to me so I can further those donations to Yaba, which is weird. But she did it, and she actually, well, as far as I know, uh, for this purpose, Belinda wrote to Yaba and said that Yaba should or ask Yaba to unprivate certain streams, and Yaba, well, she she had other concerns. So she was like, oh, okay, fine, I will unprivate them. Little did she know why Belinda asked them, and this is a little bit this is where I have a little bit murky details, but basically, uh, it might have even happened that Belinda asked Yaba whether she could hold those charity streams for Yaba, and Yaba said no, and Belinda said that screw you, I'm doing there anyway. I mean, she didn't say it to Yaba, but she did say it to her trailer trash, or however she calls Bezos. And she holds streams, and then, well, there were all kinds of shenanigans that are suspected to be manipulated to look like accidents, but they were actually planned on purpose. So for for so Belinda claims that she's going to turn off super chats for those streams, and so people can directly donate to Yaba. But apparently she didn't turn off super chats, and people who were not aware that it's basically a scam donated super chatted to Belinda and sent Belinda mm, well some amount of money altogether, and for whatever reason Belinda tried to claim to Yaba afterwards that she's a very poor person and she doesn't basically that Joseph she doesn't have money at the moment, and she doesn't want to pay Yaba or forward Yaba the sum of those super chats. And when Yaba persisted, Belinda forward the money. Quite possibly the amount was smaller than it should have been, but she forwarded the money and then basically told in her stream that she actually sent Yaba the last money she had on the bank account, and she's now in the negative and such. And ever since that, she's telling her anyone who could listen that that Yaba was well, basically what she claims is that because Yaba told her not to do the donation stream, Yaba should not have uh, have asked for the money. In other words, that since Yaba didn't want a fundraiser, she shouldn't be entitled to the money that the fundraiser collected, or fundraiser, the donation stream, which is well, I should not even have to say this, but uh, Yaba has full right to demand their money, because you can't just mm,
And you think people are supposed to be okay with that? And I just want my people over here to know you contributed to that donation stuff. We weren't contributing to that. People are saying that, and it's not true. We wanted to help her and her kids, and I stand by that. But you will not sit over there and lie on me and try to silence me. You're not going to do that. You understand me?